What is going on, guys? Mike here with Chit Chat Gaming. Now, one genre of games I've always enjoyed ever since I was a little kid here, which we have talked about several times here on the channel, is going to be wrestling games. Ever since the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Arcade, Nintendo 64, GameCube, etc., I've always been playing wrestling games here, and yes, some have been better than the others, but for the most part, though, we've had a vast majority of good wrestling games here. So, what I want to talk about here today, though, is going to be a game that I've been playing quite a bit. It's actually probably one of my games of the year. It's probably one of my favorite wrestling games, and it's definitely going to be Retrosoft Studios' Retromania Wrestling, which we have covered here several times on the channel. I picked the game up when it first came out on Steam. I ended up picking it up on the Xbox One as well here too. The game had a little bit of a rocky road as far as releasing goes. It's definitely released later and later for different consoles, with some due to some licensing issues and so forth here. But I picked the game up on Xbox One. I ended up grabbing it on Nintendo's Switch, which that's majority where I play the game at, considering the fact that you can play it mobile, and late at night I'll just jump on it and I'll play it for quite a bit of time here. Now, the game has released on PlayStation 4 as well here too, so it is available for all major consoles, including PC, Steam. I believe they are still waiting for it to release on iArcade, but the team at Retrosoft Studios has been patiently waiting to announce more information on the game. They wanted to get the game released out on all platforms before they did that. They have announced here in the past that they were going to be bringing some DLC. They said, Chris Bay from Impact Wrestling, Mr. Hughes or Curtis Hughes from, of course, like the WWE and like the independent scene and so forth. WCW, wherever. Curtis Hughes has been there. And they also are going to release Cowboy James Storm, who is currently in Impact Wrestling as well here too. So that was a 3 DLC that they're going to bring into the game. Like I mentioned, they wanted to get the game out first on all platforms before they start releasing DLC, which of course makes a lot of sense. Makes the best sense, anyways. That is. But they have also been talking quite a bit here about some other features they want to bring to the game. Now, the game does have some modes in it. It has like 10 pounds of gold. It has a story mode. It has the retro rumble as well here too. Of course, you guys have regular expedition modes as well. But like I said, though, once you beat the 10 pounds of gold, and once you beat the story mode and so forth, then really all you can kind of do is jump back in and play the single player mode, since there is no online play. Now, they have been talking about bringing some extra modes to the game. They haven't announced what it's going to be, but they did indeed say that they're going to be bringing some more game modes to the game via patches and such too. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be. We have cage matches. We have like no DQ matches and so forth. So I'm curious what else they could possibly bring to it. We have the retro rumble and such. So I'm actually definitely wondering, what else could there possibly be being brought to the game? Barbed wire matches and so forth. Do we really want to see that in the game? Yeah, that'd be cool and everything here too. But we see that in like games like Fire Pro Wrestling and such. But I'm definitely curious to see, what else we're going to possibly get, what other kind of modes we're actually going to possibly get here. Maybe a tag team. Maybe we'll have tag team titles being introduced to the game as well here too. So that'd be definitely something cool. They've definitely expressed maybe bringing women to the game as well too. So maybe we'll have a women's division or so forth. But again, though, the sky's the limit. It's great nowadays anyways with gaming, how you can pretty much bring anything to the game via update or via patch. Where back in the day, for SNES and so forth, you release a game, that's how it's going to be here. You got to wait till the next installment before you actually got to get any more DLC or any new content as well too. So again, they have announced that they're going to be bringing a new mode to the game, but one thing they also did as well too is they put out a poll a while back here, or not really a poll, more of a question, where they had asked everybody, what other arenas they'd like to see in the game. And there's so many arenas that people were talking about here. I had talked about several of them. People had said, the old ECW arena, different kind of like backlot brawl arenas and such like that. But there's so many arenas that they definitely could do for this particular game here. And they did announce, later on that they were definitely going to be bringing a new arena. They've actually finished, or they've been working on a new arena that they're going to announce here soon, particularly when the game released on all consoles, which we're now here anyways, except for on the iArcade. So again, though, we already know now that we're going to have a new mode added to the game. We know that we're going to have a new arena at some point here as well here too. And then also they have announced that they're going to be bringing more DLC characters. They did talk about this a long time ago here, but even prior to announcing that the 3 DLC characters or wrestlers they're going to be having coming out here soon. They did announce they definitely plan on bringing more, so we could be seeing like maybe Rob Van Dam, you know, the Sandman, Sabu. Those are ECW guys I'm talking about here, but you know, more recently released, we could see Samoa Joe, particularly, maybe Andrade. Again, though, a lot of old wrestlers here. The only thing is that a lot of the old school wrestlers and such are kind of, you know, tied up in licensing with WWE and so forth. So, but again, there is quite a bit out there that is available as well too that we could see, you know, brought into the game. But we're not gonna see like Macho Man Randy Savage or nothing like that, Ultimate Warrior, etc. But it'd be nice to be able to see maybe Bam Bam Bigelow, which I don't know if his name is owned by WWE. Very nice to see someone like that as well here too brought into the game, much like they did with like Legends of Wrestling series, which is definitely it's a little bit of a rocky road game as far as how from Legends of Wrestling 1 all the way to Legends of Wrestling 3. But I enjoyed this series. There's lots and lots and lots of wrestlers in those games here. Now the licensing may be different nowadays because I mean, you had like Bret Hart and such in those games, which I don't think they could do right now. But again, though, the sky's the limit. We definitely could see what they end up doing here in the future. So again, though, we know for sure that we have new DLC coming, and Chris Bay, James Storm, and Curtis Hughes with more in the future. We know we have new game modes coming here as well too, and we know we have a new arena coming. So it looks like that the game is definitely, you know, it started off on a great, you know, it kind of started off kind of rocky, I should say, with the releases go. But now that we have it all on all the platforms, now that the game has released on all platforms, you know, the sky is the limit, like I mentioned, here as far as what they can bring to the game via updates and such. So it's going to be interesting to follow along here and see, you know, who they bring to the game and what arenas and what other game modes we're going to get as well here too, guys. So again, I've been enjoying the game quite a bit here. Like I said, I play it mainly in handheld mode. It's a lot of fun. The 10 pounds of gold mode is a blast. It'd be nice to see online play in the game, but I'm not going to complain because again, though, single player couch co-op is still a lot of fun here, and that definitely takes us back to the old days as well too. So let me know down below what you guys think here. What other DLC wrestlers do you want to see? What other arenas would you want to see here? And what other game modes would you like to see in the game as well here too? What about a blindfold match? That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? Don't know how that would work, but definitely be kind of interesting here. So again, let me know down below what you guys think here. Make sure you guys pick the game up here. Support Retrosoft Studios here. That way they can keep bringing us more content and maybe even bring us a Retromania 2 eventually down the line here in the near future. So again, guys, make sure you like the video here if you choose to. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on that bell notification to keep updated with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And as always, guys, this has been Mike saying, happy gaming.